Economic uncertainty reigns supreme, and that's fueled a rush to buy gold. The price of the precious metal topped $4,300 an ounce this week, which is a new record. Gold is considered by many investors as a safe haven for their money, and it's viewed as a hedge against inflation. Now, as the U.S. government shutdown continues, concerns about the health of regional banks in the U.S. remain, and the trade war between China and the U.S., the world's two largest economies, all of that has investors on edge. To make sense of what's happening, we are joined by Martin Pradier, an analyst at Veritas Investment Research. What is fueling this week's rush to buy gold?
Well, it's basically investors are losing confidence in the U.S. dollar and in the U.S. government debt. And if you don't have confidence in that, what is the safest asset is gold. And why people are not having that confidence is because the U.S. is running very big deficits, and that makes the country debt riskier. So the deficit to GDP right now is 6.5%, which is very big, especially thinking that the economy is growing. You can have that in a recession. And then there are other four factors, I think, that are important. I mean, the first one will be we've seen the economy in the U.S. slowing down and will slow more with the shutdown. And that means that it's more likely that interest rates will decrease. A decrease in interest rates is positive for gold. And you wonder why? Well, basically because gold doesn't pay interest. So, but for an investor, the alternative is to buy a bond. So if the bond has a much higher interest, the cost of holding gold is higher, the cost of opportunity. The second thing, we are in a moment of very high geopolitical uncertainty. We never had something like that. I mean, we don't know if we're going into a third world war. Any time Russia can do something weird against the Europeans. So that is another very good reason to buy gold. Then the government of Trump is doing something unusual, fighting against the Federal Reserve, and that erodes the confidence of the market in the U.S. Federal Reserve and in the U.S. dollar. And finally, the way that he's conducting the trade war, it's very disruptive. And the central banks of many countries that have a surplus with the U.S. used to buy government bonds, and now they're buying more gold because they don't trust the guy anymore. So all these reasons are why gold is going up so much.
So fear and uncertainty reign supreme. What advice do you have for people watching across Canada whose curiosity may have been piqued, who may be interested in checking out buying gold because of this latest surge in the price?
I think that gold will continue going up because of this uncertainty and the things that are going on in the world. And there are different ways to buy gold. You can buy a gold ETF, which is very simple. If you have any brokerage account, or you can buy that. You can buy an individual miner, or you can buy an ETF of miners, or you can buy the actual coin or bar.
So a lot of options there, and as always, do your research. Thank you very much for your time and your insight. That is Martin Pradier, materials analyst with Veritas Investment Research.
Thank you.